How y'all doing? I'm Joshua Wiley, and this video right here is called I was about to say it's called Escaping Babylon. Nah, y'all, you know that's the name of my new YouTube channel. You know that I'm just starting up, and I'm when I get some time, I'm gonna put the link either on this channel, or how you can go to that one and subscribe, you know. And but that one is gonna be more just like I'm doing now, more live vlogs, daily little Bible studies, little snippets. One of the ones that I'm gonna do is called Babylon Moments, you know, where we look at different things Babylon is trying to do, you know. And but daily little things. And I'm also, because of a friend of mine, and she had requested it months ago. Well, she didn't request it, just brought it up as a good idea. We're gonna do the Great Controversy and go reading, and I'm gonna upload it on the Joshua page, my Joshua Wiley This page, and I'm also gonna upload it on the Escaping Babylon page. But anyway, this video right here is about Disney and Marvel's gay agenda, this Illuminati wicked agenda to push homosexuality to our children. And y'all might say, okay, Josh, we already know that, and which is true. But to really put a superhero out there, you know, I know there's a lot of Christians gonna say, well, you shouldn't be seeing Deadpool anyway, because this is about Deadpool, you know, and the gay agenda that they're pushing through Deadpool. Well, and you're right for the most part. You're right for the most part. But I don't mind sharing my business. I'm transparent with my church, with my friends and family in the world that I minister to. You know, I have children who live in a godless home. My oldest two live with their mom, and I hate to say a godless home, because God is with them because of the prayers of their father. But their mom and her husband, they don't go to church at all. So that's what I say when I mean godless home. You know, God isn't gonna just force himself upon us. You know, we have to let him in. And if you have people who don't go to church at all, not to say that they don't have a love for God, but are they committed to God? No. But anyway, that's a whole nother Bible study, whole nother sermon, whole nother video. But anyway, what me and my children have been doing for years is I'll actually screen, when I know my son wants to watch something on my daughter, I'll screen it first. And like when Deadpool 1 came out, I told him he couldn't watch it at all. Of course he was upset, but that's life. He had to deal with it, you know, and he probably watched it on his own somewhere, didn't tell Pop, you know. But so he asked me, and so I screened this one, and it's 10 times worse than the first one. I told him he couldn't watch the first one. And the whole time I see just Disney's evil agenda to push homosexuality on our young boys and girls, through especially those like from the video games, from the old Wolverine movie. Man, I like Deadpool back, even in the old Wolverine movie. You know, he had all the different aspects of the superheroes, the Marvel comic superheroes, and I know there's an evil agenda even behind those, you know. But you know, I'm not even gonna get back into it. There's a great documentary on YouTube called The Replacement Gods, and how superheroes are basically mankind's, or the Illuminati's way of replacing different aspects of God, but putting them in man, and putting them in men with earthly qualities. But believe it or not, y'all, I use that aspect because, like I say, my oldest son, who doesn't live with me, is in a godless home. So I actually used that aspect to introduce him to Jesus even more. And I saw on his personal level, his love and appreciation for Christ just skyrocketed. When I said, you know, because he used to love Batman. He was in love with Batman years ago. And I said, you know, Jesus, I said, you know who's the real life superhero who could do that stuff in real life? He was like, who? And I already gave it away with y'all, but he was like, who? I said, this man ascended, he flew. Ascending is basically flying, y'all. When they say Christ ascended up into heaven, that's flying. I said, this man could fly, He could take one piece of fish and feed thousands of people. So he had the power of multiplicity. He could multiply. He could heal people, bring people back. I mean, when you honestly look at it, y'all, Jesus is the greatest superhero ever. I mean, he rescued mankind from pure death. But once I broke it down to him and I told him it was Christ, and then we went to the Bible and I showed him the different aspects of Christ, he was blown away. He was blown away. But anyway, as I was looking at, let me get to the movie. It's 5 minutes past 9, and talk about Deadpool. So they're pushing this heavy. I didn't even like in the first one when they showed him he's having sex with his girlfriend, and excuse me for y'all with sensitive ears, you know, she had a strap on, and he was getting hit with a, you know, he was on the receiving end, you know, of this strap on. First off, you know, all our little boys who look up to Deadpool from the video games, like I say, from the first Wolverine movie, what they're doing is they're getting them comfortable. And the minute a young boy would think it's okay for a grown man to allow his wife or his girlfriend to use a strap-on dildo on him, the devil has an open door to have your child join in homosexuality. I mean, and that's it. Oh, the second one gets way worse than that. His sidekick, who drives the little taxi, who was driving the little taxi car driver, was gay and in love with him. And at one point, he was even stroking him and rubbing him, you know, in what you would do to your girlfriend. Right there, he's wanting your son. The minute your son think it's okay to stroke another man, to rub him and stroke him in a sensitive kind of way, the minute he thinks that's okay, he's open to be homosexual. So these things, and think about it, as a young boy, a young teenager, you know, think about how many times they might watch that movie just for the simple fact, oh, it's Deadpool. It got fighting. It got Colossus in it. It got all these other little superheroes. It got Cable, Juggernauts in it. So, but man, this is Deadpool. So they might be watching it for that aspect, but they're getting hit with so much homosexuality that the minute they deem it as okay in their hearts and in their spirit, they're open to do it. They're open to do it. I mean, like I say, stroking, rubbing his little sidekick, and then in one scene, he kept grabbing Colossus's butt. You know what I'm saying? Grown man grabbing another grown man's butt. Like, I mean, he didn't hide the fact that Deadpool is bisexual. They didn't hide that at all. I mean, any man who gets they get a strap on, gets, you know, a dildo, you know what I'm getting at. Any man on the receiving end is homosexual. It's homosexual. So we have been introduced, and it shocked me. Y'all, like, from growing up boxing and loving, like, Infinity War was a good movie, you know, watching these certain movies and loving superheroes and just the manly aspect of it, we are watching Disney through Marvel push the homosexual agenda on a super high level to our young boys and girls, but definitely to our young boys, through the fact that a superhero who's bisexual, who grabs another man's butt several times. I mean, he kept grabbing Colossus's butt. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there was so much homosexual, what should I say, homosexual activity throughout the whole. Even the girl who was in the first one, she comes out, she has a girlfriend. This is where they're getting your little girls. See, it was a double attack. The boy, they're getting your boys and they're getting your girls. Because here you have here you have a girl superhero, and she's bisexual, just like the female in the Power Rangers. You know, the bisexual member of the Power Rangers. Parents, this is mainly to the parents. If y'all don't, you gotta guard your children. I mean, if you allow your son or your daughter to watch it, you got to be open with them like I am with mine. You got to talk to them about the do's or don't. What a man allows in the bedroom when he's with his wife, and what he doesn't allow. And what's manly, I told my son, like I told my brother, I'm Flintstone, I'm bedrock, I'm old school. You know what I'm saying? With all that, man, if you see him, he's rubbing his little sidekick. No, they're driving down the road And you know, instead of just having his arm in the car while they're driving and riding, he's sitting there massaging his little sidekick who's in love with him, massaging his face. Like, if you look at the behind the storyline of it, him and his sidekick is his sidekick is his side chick. Like, honestly, his sidekick is his side chick. Even though he has his wife or whoever, girlfriend, wife, or whatever in the movie, his sidekick is his side chick. You know what I'm saying? And his sidekick always tells him how much in love with him. And he said he felt like he was I think the girl from Titanic, and Deadpool was Leonardo DiCaprio, something like that, something crazy like that. I'm just sitting there the whole time like, my son gonna be mad at me. Because, you know, I might laugh, but honestly, beloved, I mean, think about how many young boys have already seen it. And like I say, the more they're gonna watch it, say for the fighting scenes and for to see the other superheroes, they're gonna be bombarded with this homosexual agenda. And the minute they say in their mind that it's okay, by beholding we become changed. Man, if we don't realize that our master, our enemies who are masterminds, if we don't realize that they understand this also, they understand it also on a high level, that by beholding someone becomes changed. So the minute your young boy, the minute he accepts the fact that, hey, Deadpool does it, it's okay, because he's probably watched, you know, say once it comes out on DVD or something, and they watch it 5 to 10 times. You know how we did growing up, and you watch one of your favorite movies or somebody you really like, you're gonna watch it like 10, 12, 20 times. Anytime you get bored, you might pop it in there. I can't tell you how many times I watched Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, Jet Li. I can't tell you. Like, Sundays was Kung Fu Theater. It used to come on after wrestling, 1 o'clock. I was always right there. So the minute, and they're watching it, and it becomes normal activity. I think that's one of the words that I was thinking of. The minute it becomes normal activity and okay, then your son is in danger. Your daughter is in danger for falling and going down that road. Now, I have several friends who are homosexual, but they know how I feel. You know, I actually had a couple of them a month ago asked me to give Bible studies to their home, which keep us in prayer as we start the Bible studies. But y'all just have to be weary and be on guard. Be open with your sons. This ain't time. This is not the time to act shy and be like, I don't want to talk to my son. Trust me, this is the time you have to talk to your son or your daughter about sex and what a man allows to be done sexually to him in the bedroom, outside the bedroom, and what you expect and what you don't expect. Trust me, what you hold in esteem, your son will hold in esteem if y'all tight and y'all close, like me and my son are. You know, like me and my sons are. You know what I'm saying? Those are my little riders. We tight, we close. They know what dad expects and they know what dad don't expect. You know what I'm saying? And I try to be open and honest with them about this gay agenda, about Satanism. You gotta. If you yourself aren't doing your homework, you're not gonna share it with your children. But I'm telling y'all, the movie, oh man, if they would have made it serious with some serious fight scenes in it, it could have been a great movie. You know what I'm saying? But it was just a joke. It was like one big joke. Oh yeah, let me get to that too. And some people gonna say, Josh, it was just jokes. That's exactly what they'll say. That was just jokes, Josh. You know, Ryan Reynolds, you know, he was being funny. I remember some of his very first movies, Van Wilder. I remember, you know, some of his very first. So I know he's a comedian. But one thing the devil does, I remember I heard Chris Hudson say this years ago, and it always stuck with me. One thing the devil does is one way that he'll stab you in the back is to get you to laugh first. If somebody can get you laughing, you ain't gonna see the knife coming. Should I say it like that? If somebody gets you laughing, you won't see the knife coming. So some people could say, oh Josh, it was just harmless jokes. That was just jokes. Really? Was it just jokes? Or is it a whole nother agenda The reason why he kept saying, go get the strap on, baby. You know, knowing it was for him, not for her. Not for her. I'm telling you, beloved, this is deep, and they are after our sons and our daughters, and they are after our manhood. They are after our manhood. Like I said, like me and my brothers, you know, I told them I'm Flintstone. I'm old school, traditional, but I'm old school in my love. I'm not like some tyrant running around. No, I'm a servant in my home. I tell them all the time, I think my kids bully me sometimes, you know, but I'm a servant in my home. Unconditional, true love, genuine love. You know, I'm old school. You know, do I believe our neighbors should love each other and be there for each other? True friends. If you're a human, you my brother, you my sister, you know, and that's what I'm about. That's when I say Flintstone, old school, traditional, morals, values, and old ways. But y'all, there's definitely an agenda by Disney, even from what it was, Beauty and the Beast having a little gay scene. Now we see the first openly bisexual superhero. Mind blowing. Really? It's openly bisexual superhero. Y'all have a good one. Like I say, subscribe not only to Joshua Wiley page, but my new page, my new YouTube page I'm starting, where it's just gonna be like little bitty daily vlogs. You know, I talk after talking to the Lord some, you know, he talks to us in many ways, you know, even just letting them know, you know, there's so many different ways and means to get the word out there, and he blessed me to run my business and have more time. So we're gonna try to reach as many people as we can, because time is drawing nigh. But the new YouTube page is Escaping Babylon. I'm gonna try to put the link in this homepage. But let's keep our eyes open and let's get right with Jesus. Keep our eyes open.